What's up, guys? I'm Ty Tannatt, owner of Wander Disc Golf. Welcome to the Wanderlife. So, you're probably asking yourself, what is the Wanderlife? This is going to be a YouTube series featuring myself, Tristan Tanner, Gavin Babcock, and Jeff Yonda. We're going to share our individual experiences out on the road. Myself, I will be showcasing what it's like to be a tournament director, what it's like to be a shop owner, and what it's like to be at a Disc Golf Pro Tour event on the retail side. For our players like Tristan and Gavin, it's going to be what it's like to be a touring professional. And for Jeff, it's going to be what it's like transitioning from an amateur player to a professional out on the road as well. Look out for monthly YouTube videos from each of us. We don't have a set schedule yet, but once we do, we'll be sure to let you guys know. For my first video, I'm actually here in my hometown of Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm going to be interviewing our local shop owner, Matt Schlabach of Titan Disc Golf. He's going to give us an inside look on what it's like to be a shop owner, a tournament director, a putting league director, an all-around great guy, and just a huge asset to our local community. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
Welcome to Titan Disc Golf. This is our Des Moines location. Let me show you around. So we first opened the Des Moines location in 2018. This was actually similar to our Cedar Rapids store. This was actually a disc golf store before we took it over. And we made this a Titan Disc Golf store in Des Moines. So we have our discs organized by brand. Once you come in, this is our Discraft section. Discraft, obviously over the last few years, has grown immensely. It's become one of our most popular brands. It was always kind of one of our most popular brands. We have our Prodigy area over here. Prodigy's been growing over the last few years. We've been trying to expand it a little bit more. On this back wall is our Trilogy brands, our Latitude, Westside, and Dynamic Discs. On these A-frames, we have our MVP. MVP's actually been growing a lot as well. When we first started the Des Moines store, we only had 2 A-frames, and we now have 5 A-frames. We're actually looking to get a 6th A-frame of MVP discs. Over the last couple months, they've been able to catch up on inventory, so we've been able to grow our MVP. Or on our right wall is our Innova section. Our Innova's by far our largest selection of discs. Up top, we carry all of our bags. We try to carry bags from as many different manufacturers as we can. My whole goal is that, I want this to be that one-stop shop for a disc golf store. So you don't need to go anywhere else. We want to carry everything that there is to carry. People know that if they're going to come into this store, we're probably going to have it. I also think it's really underrated to be able to touch and feel a disc. Sure, you can buy a disc online. You can maybe save a couple bucks on getting it online. But to be able to touch and feel the disc and get the exact disc that you want, I think is a very important part of disc golf. In this store right now, although it looks kind of full, we're actually low. We have about 7,000, just over 7,000 discs in the store right now. I would love to be closer to 10,000 discs. Our online store has about 15,000 discs, and our Cedar Rapids store has about 10,000 discs in it. So I think 10,000 discs is probably a good number for where we want to be. We're actually hoping to expand this store, possibly move to the location next to us, and be able to expand even more. But I think 10,000 is probably a good number for what we have right now. I would give myself advice that just trusting that it's all going to work out. You know, early on, you don't know where you're going to go, and you're not sure if it's going to work out. But, you know, you just have to have faith in yourself, continue to make sure that you're doing the right thing, be open, be trustworthy, be on time, all of those things, self-discipline, and just making sure that, that you're continuing to work as hard as you can to make the shop what you want it to become.
After Matt showed us around the shop, we talked about how he got into disc golf, how he became co-owner of Titan Disc Golf, what it's like to run tournaments, and his favorite part about running tournaments and running the shop in general. We also talked about some of his hobbies outside of disc golf. If you want to learn more about the man behind the business, check it out now.
I was first introduced to disc golf from Jay Yeti Redding in 1998. His brother was my best friend growing up, and they brought us out to play one day, and we just grew up playing. After college, my college girlfriend and I broke up, so I really didn't have much to do on the weekend, so I thought I would try playing tournaments. I had never played a tournament before. I played my first tournament, fell in love with it, fell in love with the sport, played tons of tournaments, met a bunch of people through the disc golf community. And one of them was a shop owner of Titan Disc Golf. Titan was actually a store before I bought it. They were a store in Cedar Rapids for about 5 years, and the owners were looking to get out of owning the shop. So they had reached out to me to see if I wanted to take it over, and it was kind of a dream job for me, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. I was fortunate enough to have a store where I grew up and be able to get product there. And I knew that that was a big key, was to make sure that, discs were easily available for players to get. And so I wanted to make sure that we grew our inventory. That was probably our number one goal. But we also wanted to run a lot of events. Before I owned the shop, I had probably played over 100 events. So I knew what was a good event, what was a bad event, what was things, I could improve on. And so it was a kind of a multifaceted thing of being able to sell discs, run events, run leagues, and just be a bigger part of the community. Really the feeling after running an event, when you ran an event and it went successful, there were maybe very few hiccups, everybody had a good time, and a lot of people talking about their events. So it was really the feeling of accomplishment of running a successful event is probably my favorite part of it. I really liked talking to newer players, seeing that brand new enthusiasm of getting into the sport. I've been in the sport for over 20 years, so some of that gets lost on me, but seeing the newer players come in and see their enthusiasm, trying out new discs. Probably my favorite part is when I recommend a new disc for them and they come back and tell me that that disc worked out great, was exactly what they were looking for. Two of my main hobbies are grilling. I really like grilling. I think that's kind of something very similar to disc golf, where it's something you can't really perfect. You can always try to improve on it. And I love eating food. So grilling and, kind of getting better and better at it every time you cook. And then I also am really into fitness, working out, weightlifting, now cardio, stretching, yoga, just trying to improve your body and your mental game as much as you can to really go back to disc golf, to help improve my disc golf game. I have some of my own personal goals in the disc golf as a player, and I use the fitness and the grilling in meal prepping to really all just improve my disc golf game.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching the first episode of the Wanderlife. I want to give a big shout out to my guy, Matt Schlabach, for letting us do the interview with him. Follow them at Titan Disc Golf on Instagram, Facebook. Do you guys have Twitter?
We do have Twitter, and we're going to be starting a new YouTube channel, so check us out on the YouTube channel.
Awesome. Matt is a great guy. Matt, do you have any last words for us?
Just get out and play disc golf.
That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, let people know about the new channel. And as always, get out there and be a wanderer. Peace out, guys.